it does not seem like there is a way to undo what has been done to Goliath. And so the Gargoyles have a little meeting to figure out what to do. And Detective Mazza realizes we can just out-logic this stupid magic. And she commands Goliath to act as if the spell had never been cast on him. And that works. And he is awake.
I have questions.
I have a lot to say about this.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
Well, so we're supposed to sort of believe that this is the same thing as if the spell had never been cast, but the reality is, for the rest of the show of Gargoyles, we have to understand that he's under a spell and is only acting.
Yes.
He is obeying a command to act as he thinks he would if he were not under a spell.
Yeah, is the real Goliath gone? Is this just a construct?
The existentialist nightmare you've just uncovered, yes, is real. I don't know what to tell you about it.
How are there not more people like freaking out about this on the internet?
See, my thought process for this was what I would have done when I said, Goliath, you're not under the spell anymore, to him holding the spell.
But that's not a command. Like that's an assertion.
I guess.
I do like the way that they logicked it. I thought that solution was fine. When Mazza took the spell and said, guys, I have a solution, I thought she was going to give him the spell so that the only person whose commands he could follow were his own, and therefore he had to have his own commands.
And he'd have to carry the paper around forever.
I thought that seemed like a neat weakness. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if you just ate it?
There we go. Well, what if you burn it? What if nobody holds the spell? Can he take 0 actions?
See, that's
I was
the thing.
thinking about that as well.
I would have definitely burned the spell after I commanded him to act like he was never under the spell, because I think like the last command would hold on.
So I know it's possible that somebody holding the spell would be able to sort of reactivate. I think that's probably a thing that could happen.
That's what I'm thinking.
Are you giving us a hint?
I don't remember if this comes up later.
Because he totally, if somebody had the spell, they could totally command him now, because he's under a spell.
I will say that there are very few coincidences, even though we've talked about a lot of them already. There are a few coincidences in the show. Like, for example, I think one that isn't going to come up until season 2, but if you guys notice, Clancy Brown was the voice of Wolf from the Pack. And he was also the voice actor for the leader of the Vikings. And that is not a coincidence.
Ooh.
So there are things like that are pressed through the series where if you go back and watch it a second time, you're going to find some extra little bits.
You ruined my theory, Dan. You ruined my theory.